My webcam decided to adjust itself the exact moment I was about to say in my intro. God damn it. Task failed successfully. Ladies, gentlemen, and those held in contempt of gender, welcome back to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. It is Saturday, which means that finally, after an unnecessarily and painstakingly long hiatus, we are back with the Stolen Cities. I want to personally apologize for the extremely long delay in getting this back up. We had a long series of roadblocks on the way to getting things back together. From myself having a bit of a job situation to Maddie having some family stuff to deal with, to Spaz having some family stuff to deal with, to him suffering an injury, to myself having some family stuff to deal with. And oh buddy, it was not fun at all. However, I have made it very clear to Heath, to Maddie, and to the rest of the group that this is something that I do want to complete, and thankfully, it is something that everybody else wants to see through to the end as well. Especially considering how close to the end we are. Last time, for those of you who were not following us prior, the party had just reached a human settlement on what they now know to be Long Island, known as Montefiore. There they met the madam and patron of Montefiore, who showed them a particular asset she was in possession of, namely the elder vampire Alzen von Karst, the party's oldest foe. He was originally responsible for the siege, kidnapping, and exploitation of the human settlement of Madengard on the Isle of Old Manhattan. And while we foiled his plans to make his way onto the mainland, we did not know of his whereabouts until now. She has had him here for quite some time, at least a month or two, working on what seems to be a device very similar in function to the teleportation systems that Vedran, V7, and the other vampires of the factions of New Manhattan had used to communicate between their isle in the sky and the surface world. However, upon talking to Alzen himself, we have learned that he has an ulterior motive for helping the humans. He knows about the blood god known as Sangren, the entity thought to be the progenitor of the vampires in this world, who at some point became bound to them and led his descent into madness. And his motive for building the teleporter is to find a way into what he calls Sangren's throne world, to kill him permanently. Unbeknownst to Alzen, Sangren's form on this plane is a lot closer than he is aware of. In fact, it is currently held within a slowly weakening seal on Cross's finger. In the meantime, Venlin has finally been reunited with one of her two fathers, Rala, as well as her brother, Jarvan. Though, Jarnik, sorry, whoops, god dang it. They're they're both a couple of jarheads. But names.
You're not wrong.
But not in the circumstances she would have liked. As Jarnik has lost his true name to the Archfey of the Court of Knowledge, Nelahir, an entity the party is quite familiar with. And Aethlin, Venlin's other father, has been struggling with a quite severe case of vampirism that has been growing worse and worse as time has gone on. Rallin has been within Nelahir's library trying to search for a way to stop it, and has tasked the party with helping. Who is helping with the investigation, and who is not getting in the way?
I want to help with the investigation.
I am also helping with the investigation.
I will be helping if people allow the robot. Need the command.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any books that I can listen to?
There is an entire library on audible.com. No.
Does Nella here have Audible?
Spaz, Christian, I need you. You beat me by 1 second. You beat me by you beat me by 0.012 seconds. I was this close to going. This throne world within the Feywilds is sponsored by Audible, but
I didn't
not.
want to say those words.
Oh fuck! Ooh, you got me there. Okay, Ralakan, you have inspiration.
Amazing.
Which, given your prestigious intelligence and wisdom and foresight, you will totally not need right now as you assist in the investigation.
Well, I actually have pretty decent wisdom. Intelligence, average.
You guys can all roll me an investigation check.
Will do.
Lip. Investigation. 18. We're starting off strong, boys
Hey,
and girls.
Oh, we're
And those
starting
held in
off
contempt of
real
gender.
strong. That's a nat one.
I mean that's a 7, but a nat 1's a nat 1.
Nat one.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Hang on.
That's a 15.
Haha. That's an 11.
Understood. Crosswell, you don't find any books you can listen to. You do find some books written in Braille. Most of them appear to be books quite similar to the one that you once had. Books meant for the sight impaired to write their names in. However, you do find some pertaining to the night creatures that tended to haunt the forest at night long ago, prior to the settlement kind of gaining ground. They were said to not be able to harm those who didn't look at them. Venlin, you find several books on vampirism, particularly the progression of it towards becoming a full-fledged vampire. And over the last several hundred years, there has been a lot of theory positing, sort of, by those who have studied it as long as they could before dying or their subjects dying, about how the transformation is impacted by the resistance of one in question. This causes you to hearken back a bit to your time within the library at your own home, where some of these studies there as well suggested that those who failed to keep a hold on themselves, those who resisted the urge to the transformation while still losing some semblance of their sanity, were more likely to become more sort of feral in their vampirism, more akin to thralls, as opposed to those who either willingly accepted the transformation or were able to keep some semblance of self throughout the process, such as Ralakan.
Whereas Aethlet is fighting it every step of the way because that's who he is.
A little bit. Ral, you do some digging on vampires as well. And there are a lot of religious texts about Sangren, about how many of the first vampires during the Great Inversion worshipped him as a godlike figure, but he soon sort of faded into obscurity as the elder vampires began to form larger factions and supremacies over certain sovereignties, over certain sections of land. And the first of the stolen cities were formed. Roll credits.
Hmm. Um, I'll write this stuff down somehow. Do I have a pen and paper on me? I kind of like turn to like the person to my left, but there is no one on my left. All right, I'll just carry the book.
Jason, you see a lot of books. There's a lot of books. There's a whole lot of books, and none of them seem to make very much sense. But you do find one on car maintenance.
Jason will pick up that book on car maintenance. As
Which, given that none of you have ever owned one, and given the one sitting outside at the moment, might be important.
Jason will scan the book, doing a quick through the pages, looking for any keywords of vampires, blood, disease, vampirism, thralls, and cars.
You don't find anything about those first five, but you do find quite a bit about cars.
Wonderful.
Roll me a quick intelligence check.
8.
You managed to retain some of what you picked up in this book. However, you think it might be best that you hold on to it for now.
Will do. We'll keep that safe in, is there a place to check out this book? Do I need, like, a library card?
You know whose throne world you're in, and you're not entirely sure that there's a system for checking out books.
Understood.
However, surprisingly enough, in the couple of hours that you've been down here, you've sensed no trace of the Archfey,
Hmm.
whose ire you have most certainly stoked in times since past.
Yeah. Yeah, he got history. Yeah, Jason will hold on to this book of car maintenance and put that into his little chassis cupboard.
As you're flipping through books, at some point, you start to grab one off of a shelf, and you feel this kind of faint tinge of pain in your hand as you do so. As you remove it, you notice that there is a single drop of blood on the spine of the book you just picked up.
Sorry, which one of us found that?
Ross,
Hmm. Uh, is this the same hand that has the ring on it?
yes, indeed it is.
Why did I think this was a good idea?
And sort of like slightly nudging the ring from your hand for a minute, you can notice that there is a small pinprick on the inside of the ring that you do not remember being there before.
Hmm. That's not good. Not good at all.
You sort of pass your thumb along the gem that is housed within the ring, and you can feel a faint warmth coming from it. It almost feels like a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think Cross is going to go and let the others know what's going on. If he can find his way back to the others.
Cross, you can roll me a survival check.
Okay. Will do.
Yeah, that's fine. At first, you're a bit shaky, as this is a part of the library you've never been to, either consciously or unconsciously. However, after a moment, you do manage to get your bearings. And as you get closer to the party, the noises they're making and how they kind of like react to the rest of the library help you find your way the rest of the way. Rowland is sitting in what looks to be a rocking chair next to a small reading table. It has a lamp and a small pile of books. There seems to be a sort of fireplace at the back wall of this section of the library, and next to it is a large stone door. It's where he asked you to meet him once you guys had done your bits of research. Um, everybody but Cross, just roll me a d20.
Sure. Five.
Oof.
14.
Gotcha. Has a 20? What the hell? The dumbest thing to roll in that 20. Madeline, you get there first. Oh, man. Sorry. Just like, oh boy. Of all the places for that luck to go.
It's in probably one of the most useless spots.
Your mic's kind of cutting off a bit early at points.
Oh, I'm just not super close to it at the moment. I'm trying to
Gotcha,
dig things
gotcha.
out of my dice box, and I can't see in my dice box if my mic is where it normally is, so I'll just try to remember to speak up a little bit more.
Gotcha. Valen seems a bit happy to have seen you first. He's like, oh, wonderful. Did you find anything pertinent?
Well, I found a couple things on vampirism, and that if Papa doesn't stop fighting it and just let it happen, he's gonna become a thrall.
I found something similar in the further reaches of the library.
I'm not too particularly happy about my findings.
Nor am I, though it does fall quite in line with how the vampires have managed to maintain their numbers for so long. Can you imagine how the humans must have felt in the early days? An enemy that could weaponize their own dead.
I don't know. You've told me enough stories about necromancers that I don't think it would have fazed me.
Granted, though there is quite a difference between a mindless zombie and what we face now.
True.
Your friends, how are they faring?
As far as I know, they're doing fine.
That, that captive they've got in that warehouse. I heard you talking about how you're going to kill him.
Well, that's the plan, yes. He sort of endangered everybody that I considered a second family in Madengard, so yes, he's going to die. And preferably by my hands.
It's off a little bit of a laugh at that. You sound like him. Pray you don't get bitten.
Well, I would hope I sound like him.
Cross, so you get. What's up?
If I sounded like the milkman, I think perhaps that might be something a little bit strange at a...
I'm not sure if this is just something on my end, but like everyone's audio just keeps cutting out the weirdest times.
Oh,
So I'm just
man.
like getting like half the conversation here. And this is turning into a very strange conversation.
I don't know what you're talking about, because I heard milk.
I'm dead! DED, no respawn!
Did my microphone cut off that badly? Like, it just stopped at Milkman?
It did stop at Milkman.
Okay.
I just heard Milkman.
Okay.
Just randomly Milkman.
I
If I
completely heard
sounded-
that.
Thank you. But if I sounded like the milkman, I think it would be rather strange.
I'm gonna give Maddie's mic inspiration.
To be fair, I did just get it, so I'm still adjusting on the settings side, so please bear with me.
It might be a bit less on your microphone settings, and it might be more on your input sensitivity settings in Discord.
Yes, that's what I'm going to fix right now.
Okay, doke. Oh, buddy. Oh, that's funny.
Because it looks like it picks up just fine on OBS, so.
Cross. You get there next. And you can see Venelin and Rowland having a small exchange, which does end in them, like, getting a little bit of banter. You hear them having a little bit of an exchange that ends in some witty banter that leaves them both laughing. You hear them. Do not see them. It's been 4 months. Give me a break. I'll
It's okay.
take that one.
Vanillin,
Yes.
I think Sangren is doing something.
Doing something how?
Holds up his bleeding hand, and he's not exactly sure how the ring looks right now.
Venwin, you can see that Cross has a small pinprick on the inside of his ring finger. And looking at the ring looks slightly different from how it looked when he first got it. The inlays that housed the ring have begun to curl around the gem that houses it in these sort of jagged twists that form a crooked spiral around the gem itself. And there is a single tiny spike in the inside of the ring.
The ring definitely didn't have that before.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to work with him. I don't want to. Fuck Alden.
There's always the alternatives. You could let him consume the entirety of Montefiore and fight him here.
No. Ada, your sense of humor needs work.
You could take him to the bays where all those bloody fascists are and have him consume them. It's a lot less of them.
That's not a bad idea.
The humans of these parts have formed several enclaves throughout the island, the most fortified of which being the North and South Bays at the very tip. They are extremely fortified with very high walls, multiple guard towers, a significant naval force, and most of the remaining firearms of the humans in this region. However, they've taken in no refugees from anywhere in any region in quite a long time. Some residents of Montefiore say they've never taken it.
Well, we should wait for Ralakan to return or Ralakan and Jason to return. And then we'll discuss our options. Ugh. I can't believe we're gonna have to work with him. He's the worst.
Jason, you arrive kind of like in the midst of the complainy bits.
Hello.
Truth be told, I don't really see what you're complaining about. It seems like the ring is very much in touch with wanting to get more of than just a piece of my mind.
No, you're right. That is absolutely terrible. It is a real tragedy. I just hate that he's the closest to getting us into that throne world. But helping you is
It's a
definitely the
tragedy, and
priority.
what is a tragedy, and who is getting us to this throne world? You seem upset. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not at the moment. We need to deal with Sangren sooner rather than later.
Understood. I have a book on automotive repairs. Did you find anything of use while you were out?
Oh, right. So I found this book on some of the old stories. Some of the other types of night creatures that really couldn't attack you if you just didn't look at them.
Ah, yes, the Seekers. Quite the ravenous things, honestly. For some reason, they were particularly attracted to eyes.
You must really be a fascinating source of conversation.
Used to be. Before my husband began turning into a vampire, my daughter was missing, and my son lost his true name to an artifact. And even more frustrating is this is the deepest recess of this godforsaken library, and yet I've seen no trace of the man in months.
Well, that might actually be partially my fault.
In what respect?
Uh, Vanillin, Ralakan, and Jason actually retrieved my true name, and in a result of absolute and utter fear and anger and all kinds of hell sort of broke loose when Nella here invaded the Court of Intent. And then we beat the ever living garbage out of him. Might be why it's so quiet here. He might still be recovering.
Well, if you were able to anger him that intensely, then I don't know how long you should be staying here, if I'm candid. Centipedes have quite the sense of smell.
Yeah, well, he can be angry all he wants, but he brought it on himself.
You say that now, but we are standing within his throne world. At any point, he can march through that door. He kind of points to the stone door behind him, or any other door in this place, and have his way with us. Well, with you.
Very understandable. Well, I am confident we can hold hold our own against him again. I do not wish to encounter him again. Probably be wise to get out of here as soon as possible.
In that case, where do you plan to go?
Well, I guess we'll be heading back to Nella here, or to Alzin. Seeing if he can't get us where we need to go.
Kind of gives you a small nod. And stands up to give you a hug, eventually. He's in a hugging mood. He hasn't seen you in a very long time.
She hugs him back.
Yeah, you fucking better.
Yeah.
He kind of looks back at the rest of you. It's like, you're not going to let her do anything foolhardy, are you?
She literally has my heart.
Wow, that's weird. I mean, you're not wrong, but also, like, the
One
phrasing of
cocks
that
an
is
eyebrow
just...
in Venolin's direction at that. It's like, the fish boy?
No, I quite literally, she has my still beating heart and can stab it at any point.
He did say that he would
Alexa,
let me
play
kill
Last
him.
Christmas by Wham.
God damn it.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, now I want to start humming it, and I can't. We do not need to get copyright infringed on our first fucking week back. Thanks for that, Alex!
You're welcome!
You're the worst. No, it's not like that. He said that if he ever went feral, I could kill him.
Thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. He kind of gives you a reassuring nod.
Oh my god, you don't believe me. Papa would believe me.
Why do you think he sticks around?
Oh no. Speaking of, is it possible? I know that we have to go, but is he gonna be back soon?
Hmm. Well, if he's not back in the library by now, then I suppose you could check the barracks. They might have gone to get food first.
As long as it's okay with the rest of you, I would like to.
I see no trouble with it.
You need to
Cool.
ask?
We have a job to do. And a blood god to deal with.
Yes, I'm sure the Blood God could wait like 20 minutes while you go and see family that you haven't seen in a long time.
Okay. Um, we'll go check the barracks then. Um, if you happen to look for it and you happen to find it, his name is going to be in a book labeled with the letter J. That's all it's going to be labeled with. Alex, you good?
Yep, all good. Just making sure of some stuff. So, who's going to the barracks? Just Venelin? Or is anybody joining?
Growl will join.
Wonderful. Really, really not helping your case with Rowland, Ben.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think I got the point across very, very well.
Yes, and totally didn't imply to one of my fathers that we were romantically involved.
And he can be a skeptic all he want. I just told the honest to goodness truth, okay?
You could have worded it differently.
You know what? There's text, and then there's subtext.
And Spaz, you are
You're-
full of subtext.
This is quite literally that situation in American high school freshman year English. The curtains were blue. The teacher says that this symbolizes the author's depression and how he felt this time of day at this rotation of the mood. When the author literally just meant the curtains were fucking blue!
See, the slime represents Spaz's internal conflict with himself, and how he
Oh,
feels
lordy.
like a monster to others. But
So,
no, it's slimy because it's fucking morning.
if Ralakan is the subtext, does that mean that Venolin is the dom text?
Thank you, Tim, for getting the real joke of that. Wow, everybody's getting inspiration tonight. Mm, we do love it here. We do love it here.
Oh,
Well,
lordy.
I'm gonna borrow something from Spaz. I hate it here.
Loving it.
Anyway, we're all headed to the barracks before this conversation gets any more weirder.
No.
It can get weirder.
I know, that's why we're gonna move on.
Well then, moving on.
I'm
Yep, to the barracks.
Everybody hydrate.
Oh, we're hydrating. Be hydrating. You know what? There was some thirst going on there for a second, so we're hydrating.
Enough!
I almost did a spit take and I just cleaned the floors. Don't.
Hydrate, I'm out of fluids.
I'm really taking hydrate or dihydrate to a new level.
Me disappearing into the ether really looks like I just have like a tether keeping me from going into the upside down. So everyone's going to the barracks?
I
Well,
guess so.
Jason did say that we should probably get out of the library
You
before
are correct.
overstaying our welcome.
You guys make your way out of the library through the entrance you came in from. And find yourself in a slightly different part of the forest from where you entered. Thankfully, it is significantly closer to the rest of the human encampment proper. And you find yourself maybe a 10-15 minute walk from the barracks. It is still quite well guarded, though it's rather late at night now. So the barracks are significantly less populated, as most people have gone to sleep already. Jason, your internal clock says it's about 10:30 at night.
Understood.
At
The
least
guards kind of look.
At least it's not just flashing 12 o'clock constantly.
Like the coffee maker that turns off because the power reset.
Just wait till there's like a thunderstorm.
Or a VCR.
Speak not of the old magic.
Was there when it was written. The guards kind of scope out before you, and it's like, is that a toy or something? And they're kind of scoping out the 9-foot lanky-looking robot.
Pervert.
You know what? You're never allowed to stop me from making a thirst joke again.
Mine's out of the gutter, people.
Like, I really, I tried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it an hour before we're gonna have to call it for the night to remind Spaz about TOS.
I'm sorry.
Gnostic Medina.
Oh, here we go. I missed this.
Nope, that's it. I'm not going any further. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I can't do it.
Okay.
Spaz, stop dying. You're already a vampire. You can't be having these problems.
Okay.
Oh my god, could you imagine if you were a vampire with asthma? Worse. Especially since you don't technically need to breathe. Anyway, that being said,
Oh god.
Vetalin's gonna look at the guards and then just gesture to Jason. Jason, would you like to introduce yourself to our acquaintances?
Hello, I am V8. I run off of Journey Script Object Notation. You can call me Jason. I am compatriots with Veteran here, and how can I help you?
Does he eat?
No,
But he is sentient, so I don't know. Maybe if you have questions, you should direct them to him.
I'd be more than happy to answer any sort of questions you may have.
They kind of look at each other, then back at you, Jason. They kind of just like very wordlessly and with very bewildered expressions on their faces just open the doors for the four of you.
Thank you very much. The big kind of ocular screen just turns into like a blank but has like a red happy face on it.
We're looking for one of your hunters. Goes by the name of Aethlin.
Yeah. He said he had some business to handle in the Black Forest a bit ago. Said he wouldn't be too long.
So he's already left again.
Yeah, but he ain't far. He's just over on the far side of the encampment. Just be a bit careful. Got some creatures in there this late at night.
Okay. Thanks for the warning. And then making sure she knows where she's going to head towards that side of the encampment. So that she doesn't look like an idiot walking in the wrong direction.
Oops. How did I lose that? There it is. Okay. The encampment stretches a lot farther than you expected. However, the map doesn't particularly lie to you here. However, the area known as the Black Forest is significantly closer to the northern section of the island than it is the center where the rest of the encampment is. The forest is quite dense in such a way that even the lights from the distant encampment kind of begin to get blotted out by the trees at one point. And I'm going to need a perception check from everyone.
Perception, yes.
Perception.
That is a 25.
Keep going with that sweet luck. That's a 21.
I rolled a 5.
Oh no.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I think I've just been a bit preoccupied with just the ring.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it just pricked your hand by itself, and now it's rumbling like a goddamn GameCube controller. So, Ralakan, you're the first to hear rustling, and it sounds like no creature you've ever heard before. Typically, you hear gates in sets of 2 or 4, whether something is bipedal or quadrupedal. And this does not sound like any of that. This sounds like dozens of footsteps, as though something has a whole lot of legs, enough that its gait doesn't sound interrupted by anything.
I motion to the party. Hide, hide, hide!
Jason, upon receiving this command from Ralakan, you start to scan for heat sources. And you can sense 5.
I,
One of them looks human, but they are very far out. And their body temperature is significantly lower than you'd expect from a regular human.
Hmm?
The other 4 look strange. They almost look like giant loops a little bit.
loops?
They kind of look like these giant furball looking things. They have these strange tendril like appendages that seem to reach out in every direction.
Hmm. That's not compute.
Me, the player, thinks I know what those are, and that's concerning. I'm pretty sure they're displacer beasts.
But given the command by Ralakan, Jason will try to hide all 9 feet and 1.5 tons of it.
Backpack load, damn you!
Just goes compact.
Okay. I'm kind of like trying to see if they're coming in our direction or not.
They seem. Um. What's your.
My passive?
Yeah, what's your passive?
Passive is 16.
You cannot quite see them, but you can specifically hear the gates of at least 2. And while one of them seems to be just sort of prowling nondescriptly, not really going in a particular direction, but having heard something is just looking around, the other, which is a bit further out, seems to be encircling a particular area.
I can't tell what they're doing. Besides exactly that.
From the heat readings I got, was there any sort of like weird heat source, if it was like particularly cold or warm, where the ones are kind of like encircling are?
That human is right in the middle of them.
Ooh. It does
Um,
appear.
2 of the 4 other heat sources are encircling the human. The other 2 are kind of flanking around. They're not really active in their pursuit, but they are definitely on the outer fringes. So if like you would have scouts.
I detect 5 heat sources. 2 appear to be flanking nondescriptly. There is one human-shaped heat source. Seems to be a little bit cooler than most. Way into the distance. 2 others that are shaped similar to the other ones that are flanking. are circling this human-shaped source.
We should help them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shall I forego my hide mode?
Yes. Cross, are you gonna be okay to hold onto that ring, or should one of us hold onto it for now?
I should be okay.
Okay.
If need be, I do not have any blood, and I would be more than happy to help.
I think it might be best if I held on to it for now.
Understood.
Right, let's go.
And we're gonna head into the woods after these beasts that are apparently attacking people.
So, do you guys want to get in guns blazing, or do you guys want to be a bit stealthy about this?
Well, I was told to get out of stealth mode.
I am going to attempt to use the sound of everybody else charging in, specifically Jason, to cover my own approach to stealth in. Because she knows for a fact that their warforged friend is not quiet.
Jason literally springs out of his boombox formation and is like just towards the ones that are circling the human.
Okay.
Y'all ever sneeze so hard your soul takes a snapshot?
No.
Spaz, you just lost inspiration.
It wasn't the earlier comments.
Nope.
No!
Alex, that's a 21 on stealth.
Beautiful. Jason, because the beast had no idea anyone could be this ballsy, read stupid. I will give you one attack of opportunity.
Amazing. So he has his two hand axes, which he is drawn. So one of them, that is a 28. One away from a crit. Also, I should say I'll be raging in this mode.
Beautiful. I'm gonna need you to roll again.
Roll again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That one's probably not going to hit a 16.
A 16, unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay.
Jason, you rush forward, immediately forming an axe in one of your hands, and swing out at one of the two beasts. And you swear you hit it. Like, you could see your axe passing clean through its head, but you don't feel it. In fact, the moment your axe leaves where you thought its head was, the image of it seems to collapse in on itself, revealing that the beast is in fact about 2 feet away.
I see.
And it is going to retaliate.
We love displacer beasts. Yes, we do.
With a whopping 9 piercing damage.
Wonderful.
Oh wait, I misread that. Whoops.
Oh.
It is 9 bludgeoning and 6 piercing for a total of 15.
Gotcha.
And with that, we are going to roll for initiative.
Oh yeah, I have, hold on. With rage, I believe I have resistance.
Yeah, you should. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, you do have resistance to BPS, so this goes down
Yeah.
to 7.
Oh, perfect. Say 15 for an it.
8.
So we have 15, 8. What do we got from the blind not bandit and the not blind definitely bandit?
I'm just trying to roll into the game log and it doesn't want to work. Ugh, fuck it. That's a 12 for Venelin.
Woof.
Yep. It's okay, I'm not playing an assassin.
Cross, what are we looking at?
Repeat again?
Initiative.
Sorry.
Totally fine.
15.
Who else rolled a 15?
Jason did, but Cross has higher
Yeah,
dex.
Cross has higher
so,
dex.
yeah.
This is some unfortunate initiative.
Well, that's perfectly okay.
Jason, the beast before you immediately roars. This guttural, shaky thing that rattles through the trees and alerts the other two.
Great.
One of said two is going to immediately kind of come up from behind and try and strike out at you.
So long as they're attacking me and not not the other person.
Well, goddamn. It made 2 attacks. One was a fail, and one was a
Nice.
crit.
Oh, wonderful!
8, 9, 17. So that is a total of 8 damage, as this damage is non-magical.
Gotcha.
This beat lurches forward, and you see him kind of bring his head very close to the ground, where these 2 prehensile tendrils strike out and slash at both of your shoulders, leaving these long, jagged scratch marks all over them. Turning behind to face the beast, it looks as though those tendrils on the very ends are covered in what look like teeth.
Very curious.
They do not look like mouths, but the ends of these tendrils definitely have fang-like structures all along the insides that allow them to very efficiently eviscerate their prey. You're pretty sure if you were a human, you would not be looking particularly good at the moment.
Mm-mm.
Boss, it is your turn.
Okay. Uh, okay, I'm going to spend 1 key point to summon my astral arms, and they'll take a swing at them.
Okay.
Oof.
No.
Oof.
Oh no. Cross, roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Woof, right down the middle.
Today is just not my lucky day.
You strike out at where you swear you hear it, but it seems to lash just outside of your range as you swing out towards it. You can hear it, but given its tendrils, it appears to be making noise in several directions so as to sort of confuse where you are. I mean, where it is to you.
Fair enough. Well,
I'm getting a phone call from my brother. I will be right back. I'm very sorry.
Oh, no problem. You
eh,
do have another roll, though.
fair enough. I will try again. 26?
That one does manage to hit, though. You kind of listen for the sounds and notice that one of them sounds significantly heavier than the others. You can particularly begin to notice when it starts pattering its feet against the ground versus its tendrils. And you managed to deal 9. I assume this was radiant damage.
Yes.
Beautiful. Are you going to be doing anything else, or is that going to be it?
Let's see. Bonus action, summon astral arms. First attack, second attack.
Okie dokie.
Yep, that is the end of my turn.
Then we move on to Jason.
Right. Let's try this again. Okay, so what do we have? Do we have like basically two of them around me right now?
All of them are like right around you. One's right in front of you. One's
Okay.
behind you, and then the other one that was circling the human
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like about 15 feet further out in front of you.
Okay. Um. Well, I'm gonna first attack the one that's directly in front of me. So hand axe number 1 with 25 to hit,
That is a hit.
and offhand 15. That does
That's
not
not
hit.
going to hit.
So the first attack does 9 damage plus whatever I got with rage. So 12. And this is with one of my silver hand axes. Not sure if that matters.
Cool. Sick.
And round 2 of strikes. That's not a hit.
Nope.
That's not a hit. 17.
Just barely a miss.
Ah. Yeah, we're rolling great here.
These things are some wily boys.
So yeah, Jason's just kind of like, without any real finesse or any sort of calculative swings, he's just kind of going,
Mm-hmm.
just hoping something hits.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Not even your turn in the turn order. You're already tired. Venolin, it is your turn.
Okay. Can I get into a spot to flank with Jason?
Absolutely. You kind of start going through the trees a little bit until you find yourself just above the one in front of it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Alex, do you do house crits?
Yes.
Because I just rolled 2 17s.
Beautiful.
I will be attacking with my Rapier of Wounding,
Oh no.
which then triggers the. That triggers the.
Then a,
Oh, wait, no, that
the
just triggers once per turn when I hit a creature with it, it creates a magical wound.
Yep. Those magical wounds ain't nothing to screw with.
No, they're not. Alright, so. Here we go.
Damage.
How much is my sneak attack right now?
Big number.
We
All
need
right.
those big numbers.
Yeah, okay. Just for the record, this is a normal amount of sneak attack die at my level. There's 5 of them.
And she crit. That is 10d6.
That is how many
Right.
I'm rolling right now. There's 10 of them.
Mother.
Plus 2d8s. And
1d4 for the necrotic wound.
2d4s.
Oh yeah, 2d4 for the necrotic wound.
Rogues, I'm telling you.
Look, I only get to do this once per round. Like, what do you want from me?
More.
Oh, that was a satisfying sound, just hearing all of that just plink into the... Alright, so weapon damage. Oof. That's a big oof. That is 8 on weapon damage. Hello, Decca. It's been a while.
Quarantine hairdos. I'm fresh AF.
20...
This has been my everyday hairdo for the past, 6 years.
Yeah, same here. I'm really living for the void haircut. Like, this is my hair. You don't know, but I've gone like full Bayonetta.
Amazing. So that's 8 weapon damage,
Mm-hmm.
plus 7 for the magical wound.
I've killed myself. I'm sorry.
Plus 37 points of sneak attack damage. And all of that is magical.
Amazing.
37, 45, 52. Just 52 points of damage. Hang on. I got a sandal around here somewhere.
Let me do it for you. I got it. Like a true Dominican, I've got my chanclas on at all times. Emotional damage!
Okay.
Oh. And then,
Mm.
Alex, I'm gonna take the chance with the dagger.
Yep.
Uh,
Tell me you crit with the dagger.
I rolled another
Good.
house crit!
Amazing. You see, I got ice cream for emotional support, and then she just rolls crit after crit, and you know what? I'm here for it.
You know what?
I'm so sorry.
Hey,
I can take a photo of it if you don't believe
no,
me.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
The
fine.
first one was a pair of 17s. This one is a pair of 14s.
Okay. The only thing I do not do house crits on is 2 nat 1s. If you roll 2 nat 1s, I'm sorry for whatever happens next.
A nat 1 is a nat 1 is a nat 1.
Yup.
Alright, so that's 6 points total on dagger damage.
Okay.
That's it.
And because it's crit, I have to roll 4d8 of psychic damage. Cool. You drop down from behind this thing as it is very focused on Jason, and you just start absolutely laying into it with your rapier and your dagger, leaving wound after wound in its sides and back, until it immediately begins to focus on you. Unfortunately, that does not cause you to fare particularly well. For the 1 feet behind you, who abandons his pursuit of the human in the middle of all this and begins to pursue you.
Bring it.
Its first attack hits.
Does it?
What's your AC?
16.
It made a 20.
Okay.
Not a nat 20, but
Yeah, 20 total.
yep. For 14 points of damage.
Is it attacking more than once?
Yes, it does have multi-attack.
Sure. Go ahead and give me if all those attacks hit, because I will be using reaction to uncanny dodge all of it.
Oh, beautiful.
I just need to know how many times it's gonna hit me.
It has 2 attacks. Yeah, the other one hits as well. For 13, so 27 in total.
Have to 13.
Yep. Uncanny dodge.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look, man, I'm Squishy McGee, okay? I literally have the least amount of health out of this entire party. Everybody in this party is in triple digits, except for Venolin.
I love you.
Oh my god, we haven't had Becca clip something for us in fucking ages.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pull this up and watch this after session because we don't need to hear this happening twice.
Uncanny dodge. Does that work on multi-attacks?
Yep, because it's all the attacks that happened that round. I also thought it was a single attack until I was testing an AL module today, and they're like, you can uncanny dodge every attack that gets hit with you as long as it's from the same person, because it's total damage, and you have that instead.
An attacker.
Mm-hmm.
It's an attacker. That's kind of silly, but I'll
But
take
it's
it.
only one of them, so if another one hits me,
Yep.
I've already used my reaction.
Got you. Ral, it is your turn.
So I'm going to do what I do best and shoot the guy.
You good?
So as a bonus action, I will also use Ensnaring Strike at 3rd level.
Ooh. Spicy.
Alright, Longbow, don't fail me now.
just do family so often?
Son of a bitch.
At least it wasn't
That's a
one.
third level spell slot down the drain. Let's shoot again and watch what happens.
Hey, baby, here we go! Those are great numbers.
Spaz, I'm so sorry.
Failure.
Okay, you know what? It's not down the drain. Because the spell reads next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack.
Okay.
Oh.
So you know what? You're not a complete disappointment.
Just most of one, apparently.
But what if I decided to deflect missiles and redirect it back at the monster?
I didn't realize we were playing a game where the wanted physics were a thing.
I'm sorry, I have to ruin this for everybody.
Shoot the wings off the flies.
Tim's camera is on. We're just having POV view of Cross. It's like Hardcore Henry.
Oh my god. Can we get through this combat before I just fucking rage quit the stream? Find out within the next 15 minutes. Are we watching the Terminator 2 happen in our DM screen? Oh my god, I fucking missed this.
I'm sorry. Couldn't resist.
Dun, dun.
I'm very sorry.
Oh boy.
We all needed this.
I'm on the floor.
Oh, fuck.
Get off of the floor, you don't know where it's been.
I need my emotional support ice cream.
Okay. Ral, both of your shots hit absolute dead air.
That's fair.
You're still pretty sure these things can form some kind of illusion. Because you were also pretty sure Jason hit that thing earlier. However, the one that you shot at is not particularly happy about it, and is going to retaliate by coming right at you.
Rude.
What's your AC? 15? Yeah, it's.
Oh no.
The first attack is for 7, 6, 13 damage. The second attack is a natural 1.
Woo!
Thank
The
God.
second attack absolutely frickin' borks. The man in the center rises slowly. He looks almost emaciated. However, as he turns to face you, Jason, you can see blood trickling from his lips. And from the color, you know that it is not human. Prompted by this, you kind of look down right behind him. You see another one of these beasts with a dagger still embedded in its torso.
I
So our
think we.
boy just eating some displacer beasts?
better than humans.
You know what?
And-
Not gonna argue.
Well, you're looking at that. The guy behind you, gonna try and take another bite out of you, not knowing you're not something to take a bite out of.
Yeah, try me.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, he tried me.
For
I don't think
7, 8, 4 points of damage.
I don't think he'll find you very appetizing, if that helps.
And the second one is also a hit. For 8, 5, 13, 7 points of damage. So
11.
11 in total. Yes, indeed. And you can see the beast starting to shimmer again. And as it does, you can see it kind of begin to move left and right. Cross, the one by you is also going to swing out at you.
Okay.
That first attack is an absolute fork. However, the second attack is a hit. For 6 to 8 points of damage in total. One of the tendrils strikes out and manages to strike you kind of across the upper arm. And while it doesn't slash too deep, it definitely leaves several long scratch marks down your left arm that are quite painful.
Ah.
It is your turn. Oh no.
Right. So I just had about up to here with this thing.
Uh-huh.
So I am going to attack it with my astral arms
Yes.
for a natural 20.
Oh, frickin'
Beauty.
okay.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
For a total of 8 damage of radiance. Then I'm gonna hit it again.
Good.
That is another 20.
What the hell?
Good God.
I'll drink to that, folks. Hydrate.
I don't need to ask for sauce on that one. That one's in the kill feed. Oh no. For another 8 points of damage.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend 2 of my key points to flurry.
Sick.
Can we do another crit in a row?
I'm
Well, he
sorry,
gets
one of
2 more unarmed strikes with this bonus action. So,
my 23 to hit
23 hits.
for another 8 points of damage.
Son of a bitch.
Amazing.
Great mate. Great bait, mate.
And a 15 to hit.
At 15, unfortunately, does not hit.
Oh well.
One day, Tim will get a full attack chain.
One day indeed.
Jason, it is your turn.
Okay.
These things seem to be uniquely not great at damaging you. they seem very good at hurting flesh people.
Yeah, and I want them to stop that. So that one fella, is still alive that, Venelin just murked, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Cool. Technically it'd be flanked, correct?
Yep, still flank.
Wonderful. Alright, let us have a little go at that. That's a crit.
Oh my god, you have to be kidding me.
So that does 17 damage.
This is supposed to be a really cool encounter where you guys come up against something you've never seen before with some cool abilities and all that cool shit. And then you just start critting people. Yeah, okay. Whoop whoop.
Okay. Gonna do my
I swear to God.
offhand.
That is just shy of a hit.
Okay.
That ain't it.
Okay. Yeah, that ain't hit. Alright. And second attack.
Offhand or...
Keep in mind, this is the
There we go.
advantage, so 27. And last set. Okay, those ones aren't hit. But so that is an extra 12.
Beautiful. However, that was a nat 1 in there, so I'm going to need you to roll me a d20.
We'll roll with an advantage. So I was trying to.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Understandable. You win this round, robot boy.
Good. So altogether, that's 12 and 17. So 29.
29.
Perfect.
And we're just going to have Evelyn's turn after these messages. This post-apocalyptic hellscape that was once New York is sponsored by Audible. It is not sponsored by Audible. Nor is it sponsored by AK Racing Gaming Chairs, the logo that you cannot currently see on Maddie's gaming chair.
I would again like to apologize for most of my remarks this session.
Why?
As
They are funny as shit, and we love them. You just knocked me out of my chair. You knocked me onto the ground. I was this close. If my ass didn't hurt, it's on the floor.
I know that some people get uncomfortable with dirty humor or dark humor, so you will always touch base with your audience and apologize for things that they may or may not find uncomfortable. This isn't my stream. I can't tell them to fuck off. We love everyone here. Please don't. There are 3 other people here.
You know what? Understand. Have a nice day. Madeline, it is your turn. That beast you just mauled has been handily further mauled by Jason and is not looking too good. It's looking kind of on its last of its 12 legs.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm gonna do, right? Gonna do it again. And I still have flanking, yes?
Oi, mate, this is a displacer beast here. It's got a bunch of spiky freaking tendrils. One hits me, I'm dust. I'm a pokem.
How dare you? How dare you disrespect Steve Irwin that way?
Disrespect. That is
You
exactly
honor
what.
his name. Tell me you did it! No, now I want it. Now I want the picture. Now I want the picture.
The hell did I walk in on?
This is my third house crit tonight.
Oh my god.
Alex, can I interest you in some emotional support ice cream?
Funny enough, I have a tub of French vanilla ice cream downstairs that I have not eaten since like November. However, due to my sinus infection, I should not be having it.
I uploaded the proof to Discord.
Yes.
It's my third house crit.
Oh. You know what doesn't help? I love those bone dice. I love the bone dice.
Which ones?
The bone dice.
Oh, you mean like the ones that are kind of like beige-ish?
Yeah.
Believe me if I told you that the person who made them has called them toast.
Why? They look like bones.
I don't know. They called them toast. Anyway, that's a house crit.
Yeah, it is. I hate it here. Roll your freaking damage. Like, you're really overkilling it here, fam.
Yeah, I know. Look, after I don't know how many combats where I couldn't hit a fucking thing, I think I'm due.
It's about
Yeah.
damn time.
Plus, you know, it's really satisfying listening to all of that fucking dice hit the tray. Alright, so that's 9 and 5 is 14 points of damage from the sword. Okay, that's 10, 20, 6, 8, 30 points exactly on sneak attack, and then 8 points of damage for a magical wound.
Beautiful. 38, and how much was the attack itself?
14.
So, 52 again!
Damn, you'll love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how rogues average 50 damage a round with only one attack. Yeah. Is it dead?
Yes.
Okay. Is there another one?
There was another one directly behind. No, there's another one directly behind you, as well as one directly behind Jason.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'll push my luck. I'm gonna go for the one directly behind me with my dagger. I don't get advantage because I'm not flanking with anybody.
No, you don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you anger the DM. We can see, in his natural habitat of frustration with his players. Alex, that's a 21 to hit.
That's it.
However,
Boy, this is the lore keeper here. One of the craziest DMs in all the Forgotten Realms. One point two.
Yep.
You know what? All that luck had to go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can only roll a d4. I don't have the fighting style 2-weapon fighting, so I only get to roll the d4 and I don't get to add my modifier to it. And I rolled a 1.
Understandable.
and that's all I can do.
Oh, buddy.
I'm
And
sorry.
it is going to retaliate against you because it thinks that you have been too lucky for too goddamn long. However, it no longer gets advantaged against you. So its first attack misses. And its second attack hits. Oh! Oh no. This is for 16, now 8, because of uncanny dodge
Yup.
damage. Every time you feel their tendrils start to get close, you manage to dodge out of the way just in time for them to not sink their fangs too deep into you.
That's probably a good thing.
It is a very good thing. They use those things to keep their prey in place so that they can eat them properly.
I know.
Bro! You got an ensnaring strike to not let off.
You know.
Come on, Rallycan, I believe in you.
Nah, Venlin's been stealing all your 20s.
Just gonna.
Okay.
Yup, we're just gonna continue the trend of rolling literally one die higher every time!
Watch the next. If the next one's a 6, I'll let it hit.
Are you? Every possible low number!
Resets. Back to one.
You know what, Spaz? I'll give you one thing. You must be amazing at blackjack.
Can I use
5-card Monties every game.
Can I use the inspiration that you took away from me, please?
Roll a d10. Roll a
No!
d10. Come on.
Stop that.
The first strike hits.
Oh, thank God.
I'll add it to either one, so I'll let the first strike hit.
Oh, thank God, it's a Christmas miracle. It is 8 damage with the longbow.
Ensnaring strike.
That is 10 with the ensnaring strike. And it needs to make a strength saving throw on its next turn.
On its next turn. Okie dokie.
Yes, that
Well, good thing
makes sense that way, right?
Well, it depends on the spell. So give me a moment.
It must succeed on a strength saving throw, so yeah, do it now. Then.
Yep.
DC 14.
That is a pass.
One day I'll ensnare something.
You know what? That's still 3d6 damage.
Yeah.
The moment the arrow impacts its shoulder, you can see vines begin to erupt around it and start to ensnare it. Its front legs, as well as its tendrils, becoming bound to its body for a short period. But after a brief period of trying to escape, it instead brings its tendrils forward, tearing through the vines and allowing itself to escape properly. It is not happy you attempted to do that thing.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do that to other things.
Mother.
What the? What did it just hit me for big?
It hit you for a nat 20. So stand by while I roll these funeral dice.
Oh no.
Not necessarily funeral. 10, 11 plus 8. It's 30 points of damage.
I'm okay!
It strikes out with both of its tendrils and managed to get you in the shoulders and just yanks.
I'm okay!
And you can feel your shirt rip off, as well as probably a considerable amount of skin.
I just grew that.
Well, he's got one more attack.
Oh no.
He did not hit you.
Thank God.
Barely. It was one of those the die wobbled for a second.
Oh.
The being pulls his dagger out of the dead displacer beast that he placed it in, and immediately begins to approach the one that Venelin just finished eviscerating. And paying very little mind to the rogue, immediately kneels before it and begins to bring his head close to the very exposed innards of the displacer beast. It seems that he is wasting no time given the distraction that the beasts have fighting humans.
Gotta eat.
I just need to figure out which ones are dead. That one's dead. Jason, the one behind you is still very much up and is going to swing out at you because why the hell aren't you bleeding?
Gotta try harder.
That is a hit. For 4, 8, 13, 6 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
The second attack misses, so that is 6 points of damage in total. And you will see it once again begin to shimmer slightly. Cross, the one in front of you seems confused. You can hear it trying to do its whole, like, shimmering motion, like it was doing with Jason, like the other one was doing with Jason. But you can also sense that it's not having the desired effect on you. It is affecting the rest of the party in a way that it is not for you.
Wow, it's almost like you have to see a displacer beast for its abilities to work.
Instead of trying to attack you, it is instead going to try and grapple you.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Oh, probably. However, displacer beasts, for all of their strength and speed, are not smart. They're kind of dumb as bricks. Roll me a contested athletics check.
Okay. That is a 19.
Ugh. Unfortunately, that is a fail.
Oh dear.
As the Displacer Beast kind of lurches forward and kind of headbutts you, not enough to actually hurt you, but to, like, get you off balance a little bit. And it reaches out with its tendrils not to strike at you, but instead to wrap them around and pretty much grab you and lift you up off the ground.
Hmm.
It is quite promptly going to begin fleeing. Ross, it is now your turn, so you will be able to make another athletics check to get out.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna try to get out.
No?
No, I'm going to try and take control of the grapple.
Oh no.
I don't know why you thought that was gonna go any other way.
That sounds worse. I have a
So,
moment. Just give me one moment.
okay, so let's start taking a small little, feel of the situation from everybody. Who here thinks that this is going to end incredibly horrible for the Displacer Beast?
I think it's gonna end terrible for the Displacer Beast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who's in the camp of where, most likely, I'm going to roll terribly, and this is going to backfire horribly on me?
Nah, nah.
I have faith. I'm in Team Astral Powerbomb.
Yeah, just
You've suplexed a god before.
yeah. I was about to say, if you can take on Sanguine without us, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna suplex this Displacer Beast. Honestly,
Throw the cat.
yeet the kitty.
And worst case, it just drags me off into the wilderness.
You know for a fact we wouldn't let that stand for very long.
Exactly. I have the utmost faith in all of you.
Well, hopefully that doesn't wind up being a mistake.
Well, I have very little choice.
If anything, Ralakan can ensnaring trap that Displacer Beast. You'll be
You have a
fine.
lot of faith in someone who can't hit the broadside of a barn.
You
Good.
guys are not the greatest of heroes, but you're the only ones we've got.
That's not encouraging. Well, if we were gonna be heroes, there's no better time than now. Also, hi Zach. I saw that you followed us, but we were in the middle of combat, so welcome to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company, sir. Where we attempt to stay on TOS and Spaz just throws the entire fucking thing out the window.
I apologize.
We love Spaz.
We do.
Twitch loves Spaz.
Some days.
Sometimes.
Oh man. I. Sorry about that. My throat's still a bit sore. Coming down from being quite the sick recently. Also, I'm pretty sure Spaz sees TOS and thinks whatever leaves the tongue of Spaz is fine.
So, that's a 23 to take control of the grapple.
See, you're fine.
Yeah, the Displacer Beast would have had to roll a 19 or higher in order to make that, and he did not do that.
Okay.
You kind of wriggle your arms a little bit, get them free just above your head, and manage to take hold of the two tendrils, like almost right where they meet his neck. And you are now holding them a bit like reins.
Well, now for the fun part.
Are you going to try to steer it, or are you going to try to do something worse? Don't clap like that. That makes him want to do something worse.
X.
Bunch of enablers, you fuckers.
Well, I would like to use my bonus action for a grappling pin.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, it's moving.
It is in
Fast,
fact
isn't it?
moving. Yes, it is
You know
rather
what? No,
fast.
you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm instead. I'm
That
going
would
to
send
try
you
and
kind
steer
of
it.
skidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to steer it.
Okay. Thank you. I did
The
not want
dice
to.
have not been in my favor as of late.
Fair enough. They seem to have only been in Venolin's favor, and occasionally Jason's. So,
But then again, I did kind of roll a lot of 20s tonight in a row.
oh god.
Right. So what do I need to roll to try and control where it's going?
Well, as much as this thing is kind of an aberration, it is still an animal. I will allow you to roll animal handling to make use of your monkish wisdom.
$18.
Let's see if it can resist. Ah! You immediately kind of like yank a little bit, and it screeches to a halt. You're still sort of bound up in its tendrils, so you don't go flying off or anything. But you are definitely no longer moving.
Now for our weekly public service announcement. Remember to buckle up. It's not just a safety feature, it's the law.
And
Wait, are we really trying to give public service announcements after we've spent this entire campaign flouting every single law that has ever been put in our way?
Listen, we have to balance out a lot of the bad stuff that we do.
I understand. So we gotta do those paid PSAs that make us look like the good guys right before we go and destroy New York for a third time.
You know what?
I
Game of
mean-
Time would go a lot better for your PR if you did some PR.
I mean, Stolen Cities, we've been doing pretty good with car safety so far.
True.
We haven't let the blind kid drive yet.
Not for a lack of the blind kid trying.
So, how far did I stop from the party?
You're about like 40 feet away now.
Okay.
You stopped a bit shy of it getting its full movement in.
Do I still got my bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point and I'm just gonna start punching it.
Good.
Muda.
Muda, muda, muda.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, I'm grappling it. Hang on. That's a 22 to hit. For 7 points of damage. Uh, 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 6 points of
13
damage.
altogether.
Yep.
This thing is looking plenty bruised. Definitely looking not particularly super poggers at the moment.
Maybe if I beat the shit out of it enough, I could tame it and have it become my new seeing eye displacer beast.
I have been very generous. No.
We love when the DM starts that out with, I've been very generous. No.
These things are innately evil, dumb as bricks, and kill shit for sport. So the party.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they'll fit in just great.
I don't kill things for sport. I fish.
That's.
That is a good idea, Zach.
Roll to
I
convince the
should
DM.
roll to convince the DM.
You know what?
And it'll still
If
never.
you roll the magic number, I may be compelled by the unknowable magics of the start plane to consider your claim.
Hmm,
You know the magic number.
I do.
You did, in fact, roll it a couple of times tonight, actually.
Yes, I have. The problem is, though, is that my persuasion is an even number. But what if I were to use my inspiration?
If you would like to use your inspiration against me, then by all means, you are welcome to do so.
Nah, I'll just roll. Nope.
Swear to God, if there's a nat 20. Oh, thank God. I actually wasn't aware that your persuasion was just low enough that you couldn't roll it. But, ooh, buddy, if you had, end of session.
After all the other shit that's happened tonight, that would be the end of session. Okay.
Yeah, because then I'd have to give Cross his own seeing eye displacer beast.
Man, imagine your players bullying you as the DM into culture.
No, you know what? I'm willing to let it slide.
See, Alex, I say that. My group on Thursday has done that to me. I introduced this really neat little spider folk race that was meant to be a one off. And if I don't introduce more into this world and introduce more NPCs like this, they are just going to refer to this one singular NPC as the Spider Man. Yeah.
What are
What's
Driders?
their name?
It is not Peter Parker!
No, no.
No, his name was not Peter Parker. Hang on, I did write his name down because I knew they were going to do this to me.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can
Continue.
It's fine.
name a motto if you want.
Jason, you want to come and give me a hand with this?
Understood. Jason looks at first looks at the displacer beast that's right behind him.
Would be in your way on your way to help cross.
Oh, okay. Can I just charge into it over the cross? Just like hockey check it out of the way.
I will allow you to use one of your attacks to check it out of the way on your way to cross.
Cool.
I completely
That's an
forgot you were
18.
Completely forgot he's from Maple Leaf Land and knows what hockey is.
No, I completely forgot that he was already dealing with his own. What I called for help.
It's
You
okay.
asked for help. I'm giving you help.
By all means.
That does hit.
Good.
And saves you from being subject to an attack of opportunity because you just shove it out the way. What's your base strength? Are you 20?
Yes.
Okay, so you deal 9 points of damage to this thing.
Cool.
As you just, boom, knock it out the way. And you're just gonna pull up on Cross's Displacer Beast. Don't get used to that 10. And you are here now. What do?
Hello, Cross. Would you like me to liquidate this for you?
Liquidate.
Yeah. I'm trying to hold it as still as much as I can.
Understood. He holds up one of his axe hands right at the head. He just kind of raises it up, and let's see if it hits. That's a 25.
That's hitting.
Cool.
That is hit.
That's 11 plus 3, 14 damage.
Beautiful.
And can I do a offhand?
Absolutely.
Despite shoulder checking? Cool. That's not hitting.
It is not. And while you manage to land a pretty clean strike right into its neck, you see it fall to the ground, but it also immediately kind of roars out at you. Weakly, though still alive.
Gotcha.
Benevolent. There is one more Displacer Beast near you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the one
It's
I hit
the-
with 1 damage with my dagger.
Yes. The nearest other one is the one that freaking Jason just shoulder checked 10 feet away.
Yep. Okay.
So, yes, you can absolutely hit him if you like.
Well, I'm certainly gonna try.
You will try.
Not with a 2.
Yeah, no, not with a 2.
That's
Not
gonna
one
give
bit.
me 11 to hit.
No. The sun is a deadly laser.
How's an 18?
And 18 hits.
Cool. That'll be with the dagger, and there's no ally within 5 feet of this guy, is there?
Given the fact that the figure is currently feeding on a displacer beast right behind you, you're not sure if they count as an ally. So
I am asking you if they count as an ally, because
no,
if they do, then I get sneak attack. Otherwise, I don't.
no.
Okay, well, I deal another 1 point of damage because the second shot was with the dagger. And that's all I
Okie
can do.
dokie. This one is going to strike out in retaliation. And absolutely frickin' bork it. Both of its tendrils reach out and hit air. However, as one of them is about to retract, you hear a loud snapping of flesh against flesh. As someone behind you catches the tendril. And immediately, with a single flourish, pulls out his dagger and lops the head off of the tendril.
If I glanced over my shoulder, am I staring into a familiar pair of golden eyes with some very, brownish, dark skin? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He seems very fuzzy and unkempt, like he hasn't shaven in some time. And it's accentuated even further by the copious amounts of blood and viscera currently dripping from his beard onto the ground.
Yeah, of course. All she's gonna say is, "Oh, glad you could join us, Papa." I
You
know.
interrupted me.
Yeah, well, some other idiot was out here with you and running, so. We have more of these to deal with. We can talk later. That's all I can do.
The displacer beast that was behind Jason, rather than going to check on him, is instead going to attack Aetla.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Yeah, it is. Because both attacks hit absolutely fuck all nothing. I forgot to pull up his character sheet. Like a dork. Hello. Hello, eighth one. What do we got? Action Saji.
Yeah, he's statted at level 18 at the moment, so.
Nekatech, Assassin. Uncanny Doge. Beautiful. Oh no. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
he's a champion assassin.
That's fun.
That
It's
is
not
what
fun.
that is what we like to call min-maxing.
In the words of the great philosopher T'Challa, we don't do that here. However, he does not take he doesn't even let the lack of any hits upon him distract him from what is currently his would-be meal. And while it still has a hold of you, Cross, the displacer beast that you're on top of is going to try and strike out at you once more. And first attack, nothing. Second attack, also nothing. It's very weak. It's asking for it at this point, and it is your turn.
Okay. First attack.
Well, here we go. That's it.
Okay. Six points of damage.
Not quite enough, but you're getting there.
Okay. Second attack.
There's the magic number. Roll damage.
23.
Yep. You immediately kind of grab its head and start turning it in the direction that starts to open up that wound that Jason just made, and just begin punching it in that direction, hoping its neck will just snap. And after your second hit, it does. You punch it the first time, it lets out another roar in retaliation, and lifts up its tendril to strike at you again. And you strike it a second time, you hear that same deafening snap that you typically hear in these cases, and it immediately slumps to the ground. Its tendrils that once bound you beginning to go slack. It is dead.
Well done, Cross.
Yep. Uh,
Um,
how far away were you?
you're about 40 feet out from the rest of the group, as I said earlier.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to attempt to move back to the group and spend another key point of flurry on another one.
You can head to assist Ralakan or Venelin. They're a bit too far away for you to assist them.
I'll assist. Hmm.
One of these characters has hit more than one attack.
Spaz, odd or even.
Odd.
Oh, okay, now that's just me.
Gonna go assist Venelin.
Oh.
Do not worry, Relican, I will assist you.
Cool beans!
Radio.
That's a hit.
Seven points of damage.
Good stuff.
Should I be rolling at advantage?
Yes, actually, since you'd be thinking now.
Ah, fair enough.
So if you want to crit fish, I'll let you crit fish for that one. Hoof! That's a hit.
Okay.
7 and 6. You want to roll one more, see if you can crit fish?
No crit fish.
No crit fish indeed. However, 7 and 6 is 13 radiant damage, which is a good amount. Venlin, this one in front of you, now that you've received Cross's assistance, is getting to the weaker side. Jason.
Yes. Alright. Jason sees Ralakan having a bad way with this cat, and is going to charge in and, as Tim asked, advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Say.
Oh my god.
E.
It's still a hit.
Still a hit. Take it for 13 damage.
Good stuff.
Offhand.
That's a hit.
Ooh, baby, baby.
Baby, baby.
Another 13 damage.
Sick.
And that was almost a 20. That does not hit. And last one, 18.
That is a hit. However, you're supposed to roll an advantage.
Oh crap, that is true.
So
We'll have that
this
one.
will be a hit for the first attack,
Okay.
and then roll me one offhanded advantage. That hits, and then roll me one offhanded normal since the last one didn't hit.
Right.
Yep, that hits. So give me 3 more sets of 14, 13.
Other 13.
It's fast.
Huh?
Jason showed up, and that Displacer Beast is dead now. He kind of just pulled out both his hand axes and just did a bunch of slashes, and then the Kurosawa filter hit.
Man said the Kurosawa filter.
I am here to help. Do you require any other assistance, Relica?
Oh, I'm good. Help them, please. Thank you.
Understood.
Venlin, it is your turn. And you have the last Displacer Beast.
Yeah. I also have flanking because of Cross.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Who wants to take bets that I roll another house crit?
Where the fuck? If you do it, we're close enough to end a session. I can log off. You know the outro shit.
I do. However, I did not. I rolled a 2 and a 16. 16 plus 9 is a 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
And because I'm
I am
flanking,
helping.
yes. Let me gather up all of my damage dice because it is still a substantial amount of dice.
It's just so many dice.
Alright, so that's max damage on the rapier for a total of 13.
Sick.
15 and 12, or sorry, 10 and 12 is 22 points of damage on sneak and 1 on the magical wound. So that's 22 and 8 is 30, plus 5 is 35, plus 1 is 26. And then I step back and let Aethlin feed because he clearly needs to.
Boy's hungry.
The moment you lop off the Displacer Beast's head, Aethelyn's attention immediately turns to its neck where it once was. And you, seeing this, react more to a vampire than you do to your dad. And kind of immediately back off to this hungry vampire. As he is feeding, you can see now that he's like shirked off his cloak a little bit to attack that one displacer beast, that his skin is immediately beginning to glower, his muscles beginning to fill and tense once more, and his entire body beginning to reconstitute as he continues to feed on what looks like his third displacer beast of the night. And after a brief few minutes, during which the group kind of recuperates and checks how everybody's doing, kind of slowly rises again, draping his cloak back over his body. Apologies.
It's okay. We've got stuff to talk about, but we should probably get back to camp before something more dangerous than a displacer beast shows up. Not counting you.
Yes, there are seekers in the forest as well, and much as I count myself as being able to take that small pack of beasts, I don't fancy myself one willing to challenge one of them. They're quite the wily things and quite difficult to kill permanently. Though I will admit to you that I was apprehensive toward returning. As you can see, the purges have become somewhat severe.
Yes, that's part of what we need to talk to you about. So,
But if you wish. And after retrieving the rest of his things, and with surprisingly little effort, taking he hasn't yet fed from and slinging it over his shoulder, he begins following you and the rest of the party back to camp.
Assault
Now,
will pick up any other unfed meat and bring it back to camp with him.
there is one other displacer beast, the one you and Cross killed together, that is still unfed from. So you take that one.
What?
It is also the most intact. So the guys at the barracks might enjoy that.
Like,
Speaking of, where are you guys headed to sleep? You guys could go to the abandoned aquarium where you guys were earlier. You guys could go to the barracks and sleep with the rest of the sort of like guards and soldiers and such like, or to the library to see Raoul.
Library? The best play here?
probably. Even though that puts us right back in Nella here's domain. We'd only be there for, 8 hours or so.
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know, but I think we
Flood.
might need to find out next week.
Yes, we
Indeed.
will. As the party returns to Nella Here's library, and that is where we are going to cut things off for tonight. Thank all of you for sticking by us through all of this craziness as we try to get our bearings, get our lives back to some semblance of being on track, and try and get this show back up for you all, because it is something that we all do love doing. It is something that we all enjoy participating in. I really hope you
Love
guys
it.
enjoy it. This is a very fun little game of blood. However, that is going to be it for tonight. Do we have a Sunday game now? I forget.
Yep.
Wonderful. What do we got going on Sunday?
Sunday is Vernheim.
Yes.
Run by Trail, who we briefly got to meet there on the DM's night before Christmas.
Yeah.
And who we'll be seeing next Friday, where we have another DM's night featuring one of my own adventures that I will be playtesting with the DMs here on Dire Bear.
Ooh. Oh, yes, that's right. That
Yeah.
is this Friday.
That is this Friday. I got maps and
Oh,
shit to make.
yes. Man, I got freaking. I do so many campaigns. My main campaign is called A Game of Time. You expect me to keep track of it? Monday, is the troubleshooter still up?
Yes.
Beautiful. I just want to make sure they're not in between seasons. And I should really be going through the announcement recap, shouldn't I? Ba-ba-ba-bow. Yes. And the troubleshooters are making their way to their next stop, Zurich. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I'm hoping for that. What's on Tuesday now? Is it still World of War? No, it's not.
No. They're
False
now.
Colin Knights.
No. Tuesday
Nope.
is now, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Remnant Shadow.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's a Star Wars campaign.
Oh.
New.
Ah.
Wednesday is False Skull and Knights, run by our very own JT.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And then, of course, Thursdays we got Knights Ransom, run by our very own Maddie. Look at you, being all DM and shit. Yeah, that's a great synopsis. Pepsi. Gotcha.
Sorry, they just
This
found
coming-
out that the Crown Prince had gotten kidnapped, and now they're headed to the small city of Arkala to deal with the first city as they act as the vanguard for the army that's going to be 2 weeks behind them.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Farah is invading Pie City to get their Crown Prince back.
Oh, buddy. That sounds fun. And then next Friday, we're going to have a DM's night where Maddie's going to be taking us through some even more fun stuff. This is going to be great. I'm going to have fun with this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And then next Saturday, we will return with the Stolen Cities. I promise. Oh my god. I swear to God, if any of you undergo any serious life-threatening events in the next 7 days, I will be your next life-threatening event.
Be right back, winning the lottery.
Is that a threat or a promise?
I left the gloves downstairs. Oh,
Ah!
as the party returns to take shelter within Nella Here's library. As always, thank every single one of you for coming by and watching. And remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated. If you haven't done it now, what the hell are you doing? Be kind to one another and roar for initiative. Have a great night.